Hello, dear viewers, and welcome back to Let's Play Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. I actually have a lot that I need to be doing this evening, but unfortunately, my internet service provider has failed me. But you know what doesn't take internet, dear viewers? Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. Assuming you've downloaded the trunk version. We might as well return to Gibralter. He's a gargoyle wizard. I really wanted to play a gargoyle. Oh, those are cursed. Oh well. I really want to play a gargoyle because I think the last 3 or 4 characters I've played, at various points throughout the videos, I've said, gee, I wish I were a gargoyle. Or, if I were a gargoyle, I wouldn't have to worry about any of these things. We're immune to poison and rotting. We have 1 pip of resist negative energy. We are resistant to electricity. That's a binary, so it's either on or off, and for us it's always on. We don't breathe. We're immune to petrification, so we can't be petrified, and we can't be harmed by clouds of things or by being suffocated. And we get an armor class bonus that increases with our levels, and we only suffer half damage from torment. So we're insanely cool. The downside is that we have a negative 20% hit point penalty, but you know, can't have it all. We came across Crazy Yulf at some point and killed him and took his quarterstaff of chaos. It's quite strong, though unreliable. It can do things like haste your enemy, which clearly you don't want it to do. But since we're primarily planning on using our boom boom spells anyway, don't have to worry quite as much about any disadvantages with our melee weapon. It's just something nice for these early few levels when we run out of mana, as we invariably will. It's nice to have a backup. And the bonuses are nice because we obviously don't want to put any points into staves right now. We are a wizard. We have magic. Why would we resort to the paltry trappings of mortals? Da-dee-da-da-da. Adders, not really a problem for us because we're immune to poison. Ha ha ha. I guess we have no blood or something. That's how they figured that works. Huh. Well. What an unfortunate gecko. Spellcasters are less hampered by watery areas in some ways than melee characters because they don't suffer from any penalty to their spellcasting. Which, yay, level 6. Intelligence or strength is plenty high enough. Yeah. Oh, there's no spellcasting penalty for standing in water and casting spells. Whereas melee attacks have a chance of failing if you are standing in water and you are not adapted to it in some way. Skills, that's what we were going to look at. Yes, let's turn off spellcasting for now. That should render Magic Dart hungerless, which is really the important thing. Gosh, I just... Spellcasting just seems like something that's going to be really needed at some point. Yeah, we want the mana, too. I guess I'll leave it on. I'm focusing conjurations, however, because that conjurations will be our goal for winning this game. We want to be casting Firestorm by the end of this, which is, you know, in theory, going to be awesome. And it will be awesome, assuming that in practice we can survive that long. By no means guaranteed. Oh dear. Especially since we came across a couple of frogs. Oh dear. Oh, we don't have blink, do we? Well. Okay. Potion of Curing did it for us. That's good. I thought we were going to be in a lot more trouble than that. I became incautious. We are in a sewer, by the way. This is one of the sort of temporary timed branches. Might as well grab that and take it out, even though we have no intention of using it. And sewers are generally pretty easy. If you feel like you are not having too much difficulty with these levels in general, like 3 through 5 sort of, then by all means poke your head into the sewer. You may find it too difficult, but chances are it's fine. Oh dear, gnolls. How do I feel about gnolls? Not too bad, but let's retreat for now. Most intelligent beings won't walk into a cloud of flame unless they are significantly stronger than you. Or at least than the Cloud of Flames spell. It's only a level 3 spell, and some enemies know that and just charge right through it. In spite of their intelligence, other enemies are unintelligent and just charge right through it. This cast Mephitic Cloud. Oh, because its failure percentage is not great. It's okay. This works just fine. We close that door so we have a warning. Good. Also, if you close a door, the game won't auto-explore reopen it. Which is nice, I suppose. A ruined whip. Oh, curses. Well, we can... we don't want to forget a spell. Interesting. Normally the ones you know most of are... or the ones you have most of are Identify and Remove Curse. Sometimes Teleportation. Oh, it's one of these. One of these guys. These levels are pretty tough, actually. That big sort of Bailey. Not to be confused with the branch, the Bailey, which is another temporary little mini branchlet. Check out the staircase. Okay. I see. That's where those gnolls came from. Pouring out from the gnoll castle. Ah, this works just fine. We can do that. Conjure Flame is a good spell. It's not useful in large open area levels, but in conjunction with Mephitic Cloud, you can do some cool stuff with it, like that. It's kind of a toss-up as to whether enemies will charge into the flame to escape the poison, or just get confused by the poison and stumble into the flame. Either way, as long as... oh dear. Darts. We have repel missiles, though, so even though that first dart hurt us quite a bit, we don't have to be quite so concerned about a second hit finishing us off before we can kill that gnoll. If there had been other monsters there, I would have considered avenues of escape. I do want to memorize Blink. I feel like that was an oversight, not knowing it. Granted, it's super unreliable. I don't actually like the spell. I would rather it be unnecessary. I would rather not memorize it. But there are just times where your only option is a Blink, and that's just what you have to go with. It's okay if this jackal nips at our heels for a little while. We have reasonable armor class for our background and place in the dungeon. Equipment and whatnot. 9 is fine. Yay, we have reached level 7. Gives us a little bit of extra mana. Mostly it's going to be coming from spellcasting. That's why I'm trying to raise spellcasting as quickly as possible because we have a negative aptitude for it. So if we find ourselves just overwhelmed by things, like really needing to cast higher level spells and not having the mana, it won't be anytime soon that we can train that skill up if you know, our allotted amount is inadequate. Basically, better to do it preemptively and suffer a little bit in the damage department with our conjuration skill than to find ourselves just completely underpowered for some endeavor. We're not very good at escaping nets, I don't believe. We are not incredibly dexterous, though we are reasonably strong for a caster. Where do I want to pinch them? I think here is fine. Yeah. Boom. And, you know, we can just kind of missile him down from behind our wall of flame. Wizards have good utility. Like, this spell book, Book of Minor Magic, has... I mean, we look at this. We've memorized all but 2 of the spells, and that's because I hate hexes as they currently are, though they're being revamped in the next trunk version. And Call Imp, not because I dislike summoning, though I do kind of dislike summoning, but because I don't like summoning demons specifically. Oh dear, we are in trouble. I just kind of charged blindly in there. Ooh, run away! Okay, this is a... Oh dear. Miscast. That's not awesome. Well, let's just go down these stairs and hope that we don't die. Okay. Hope that we confuse the big bad ogre. We can make some flames. Yeah. There we go. The flames do just an obscene amount of damage early on. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it's something huge. Yeah, I figured it would be easier for us to do Dungeon 4 than to deal with that huge thing. And the plus side is we have a source of experience, or much later on, a source of food, if we just make sure to leave it there. Things are getting a little more difficult. Let's see at least where these staircases come up, although we don't really want to stay on that level. The reason why I stepped up there and risked alerting them is because I really wanted to know if this was a wall or not, and get to it so that I could conjure flame. And this seems like a good place for a Mythic Cloud. We'll conjure another thing of flame, although I don't know that he'll survive that one. Yeah. That little skeleton will just waltz right through the cloud of flame. Skeletons are some of the weakest enemies in the game. They can be strong if they're of like a really strong monster, but they're always weaker than their counterparts, and you don't typically find skeletons prior to finding their living counterparts. Oh, Blork. I think he wants to be confused. Yeah. Oh, we should cast Repel Missiles for sure. Yeah, our Magic Dart is not awesome. And fortunately, our staff makes up for it. Okay, level 5. I think that's as much as I want to train this for now. We really need more points in conjurations. We are... I guess we're maxed out with Magic Dart. So that's nice. In the sense that we need to find a new spellbook now, because we're doing as much damage as we're gonna. And that's not gonna cut it pretty soon. This is the downside of... Oh, an embroidered robe. That could be interesting. Let's try it out. Yeah, we're not wearing... Ooh, that's nice. I'll take it. I would prefer, you know, fire resistance, but I'm not being picky. It's a +2 robe of something. Preservation would be amazing, but it's highly unlikely to find a Cloak of Preservation this early in the dungeon. Kikobakudka and Fedasmadash, the gods of necromancy and plants, respectively. I've never worshipped Kikobakudka, and I mean, we could do that. We could go hard into necromancy. Nah, I'll save that for an actual necromancer run. I don't want to fool around with the dark arts. The darker arts. I guess we're not exactly all smiles and sunshine. I'll save that for another video, for another time. Of course it's not a robe of preservation. Only cloaks are of preservation. Cloaks and shields can have it as well. Another Fedasmadash. Plants are popular this time of year. Centaur skeleton. Oh, we can... Yeah, see, it's not even as fast as it's... Yeah, it'll just stand there in the flames till it dies. It's dumb. Yay, we're smarter than the undead. Okay, good to know where things are. The fact that we're seeing temples, it means we may find the ecumenical temple soon. Or altars, rather. We may find the temple soon. Hopefully it's on the next level or so. An early temple goes a long way into making a run smooth. If the temple doesn't show up until, let's see. Yeah, if it doesn't show up until level 7, we can be in a little bit of trouble. Just because that's really late to be gaining piety. Or to have to start gaining piety. You generally need some of the benefits of a god by the time you go that route. One thing I am considering with this particular character is following Chabriados and doing a slow god caster run. I've done various melee based Chabriados characters with good success, but maybe we'll do that. I don't know. We'll see. I'm beginning to get a little tired, so I think that perhaps I will end this video after this level, regardless of whether or not we find the temple, and maybe future me can make that decision. It's a useless ring of poison resistance. Lovely. Confusion is the best way to deal with centaurs. Confusion and repel missiles. And filling them with magic darts. Yay, level 8. And yay, we got intelligence. Gargoyles gain a stat point in either strength or intelligence every 4 levels, so it's a coin flip as to whether or not it's really useful for us. Although additional points of strength I won't turn down. They're nice to have in case of I mean, just for carrying capacity. Though that's being removed next trunk patch as well. I'm kind of excited for the next trunk patch. The old curmudgeon in me says, they're making this game too easy, and the rest of me, the sensible part, says, well, this game is really hard, so that's fine. And weight is one of those things that just needlessly burdens casters. See what I did there? It makes you put points into strength beyond what you would normally need. Oh dear. Rocks for brains. He hasn't spotted us yet. I don't know that we could kill him. He probably knows Fireball. So let's make our escape. And just, kind of try to explore elsewhere. Hope that we find a spellbook. Oh dear, Dowan and Duvessa, and I just stumbled right into them. I am tired, dear viewers. I'm making mistakes. Unfortunate. Well, I can't imagine any place that's worse for us than right there, so yeah. Like, there was a small chance that we blinked to right next to Duvessa, which would actually have been worse for us, but... Um, down or up? Hmm. Up we have a bunch of gnolls. I think I can deal with a bunch of gnolls. I don't think I can deal with Darwin and Duvessa and an iguana and whatnot all at the same time. Well, I will leave it here for now, dear viewers. I don't want to die a stupid death and deprive you of more crawl videos because I'm sleepy and making poor decisions. So, um, I hope you've enjoyed this little interlude with Gibralter, the gargoyle wizard, and we will see you again next time. Oh, one other nice thing before you sign off. Mephitic Cloud we can use as a gargoyle just willy-nilly because we don't breathe, so we're immune to it. So we can use it point blank. I had forgotten about that, but I wanted to tell you for your own crawlings. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.